Imagine this. After 47 years drifting through the cosmic void, humanity's most distant messenger suddenly detects something that honestly shouldn't exist. NASA's Voyager 1, now 15 billion miles from Earth, has captured evidence of 305 mysterious objects moving in perfect formation through interstellar space. These aren't planets, asteroids, or comets, they're something else entirely, gliding through the darkness with purpose and precision that just, well, defies every law of physics we know. What Voyager discovered out there has left scientists questioning everything we thought we understood about the universe. The Lonely Pioneer's impossible discovery. Deep in the frozen emptiness between stars, a tiny machine no bigger than a small car continues its eternal journey through the cosmic dark. Voyager 1, launched when Star Wars first hit theaters in 1977, has become humanity's most distant ambassador, traveling over 15 billion miles from Earth into the mysterious realm of interstellar space. This ancient spacecraft, powered by decaying plutonium and running on 1970s technology with less computing power than a modern calculator, was never meant to survive this long. Its mission was simple: fly by Jupiter and Saturn, then fade into obscurity. Instead, it crossed into interstellar space in 2012, becoming the first human-made object to venture beyond our sun's protective influence. Communication with Voyager takes 22 hours each way, like having a conversation where every response takes nearly 2 full days. Yet despite these impossible distances and technological limitations, this remarkable machine continues whispering back to us across the stars, carrying its famous golden record message to any intelligence that might find it. But recently, Voyager detected something in the darkness that has changed everything we thought we knew about the space between stars. The first anomaly that changed everything. What started as a routine data transmission from Voyager 1 quickly became something that would shake the foundations of space science. Hidden within the endless stream of plasma readings and magnetic field measurements was a tiny anomaly, a faint reflection of light that seemed insignificant at first glance. Dr. Eliza Karna, one of the mission specialists who first noticed the reading, described it as like shouting into a canyon for decades and finally something shouts back. The signal was so subtle that NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory initially dismissed it as background noise, just another particle drifting randomly through the cosmic void. But then the object began to move in ways that caught everyone's attention. It didn't tumble chaotically like space debris or follow the predictable paths of natural objects. Instead, it curved and accelerated with what appeared to be deliberate control, gliding smoothly through space as if guided by intelligence. Systems analyst Carlo Romero observed that the object's movement was unlike anything natural, describing it as the kind of deliberate motion one might expect from a drone rather than a rock. In the physics of space, things don't move with purpose unless something is making them move that way. When natural laws break down. When natural laws break down, when something unusual appears in space, scientists follow a standard protocol. They systematically check every known possibility. Is it a distant moon, a new asteroid, a comet with an unusual orbit? One by one, the team at NASA worked through these familiar explanations, and one by one, each possibility crumbled away. This object defied every category. It wasn't a planet, far too small, not a comet either. There was no tail, no ice trail, no heat signature that would indicate sublimating materials. It didn't glow like a star, and gravitational lensing couldn't explain its behavior. Even space dust was ruled out because dust particles don't suddenly change direction mid-flight. Dr. Lucas Hang at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory ran simulation after simulation, trying to match the object's behavior to known physical models. What makes space objects predictable is physics. Everything moves according to established patterns and forces. But this object broke those rules entirely. Its path bent in ways that didn't match any known orbital mechanics, with no drift or decay that would be expected from natural phenomena. The team was forced to confront an uncomfortable truth. What they were seeing wasn't just unknown, it was unnatural. The twin confirmation that proved everything. Just as scientists were struggling to understand what Voyager 1 had detected, something extraordinary happened that, honestly, transformed speculation into undeniable reality. Voyager 2, traveling a completely different path millions of miles away, detected something eerily similar, the same magnetic fluctuations, the same pulse patterns, matching signal signatures that changed everything. This cross-confirmation was the turning point in the investigation. Two separate spacecraft using independent instruments in different regions of space had detected nearly identical phenomena. This ruled out any possibility of internal error, software glitches, or sensor malfunctions on Voyager 1. ESA analyst Merck Fontaine compared it to, quote, two lighthouses both catching a flash of something passing between them. The dual detection gave the anomaly weight and credibility that just couldn't be dismissed. This wasn't noise or equipment failure, it was a real, coordinated phenomenon happening in the space between stars. With this confirmation, NASA quietly triggered what's known as a Level 3 alert, a designation reserved only for phenomena that don't fit within current scientific understanding. The event was real, the mathematics were consistent, and the movement patterns appeared deliberate. Nobody knew what to make of it, but everyone knew it was significant. The formation that defied physics. When the team analyzed the complete telemetry logs, what they discovered honestly sent chills through the scientific community. This wasn't just one or two anomalies drifting through space. There were 305 objects, all moving together in perfect formation like a cosmic ballet choreographed by an unknown intelligence. Each object glided past Voyager 1 in what appeared to be a coordinated arc, smooth and precise in their movements. These weren't debris fragments scattered randomly through space. There were no heat signatures, no tails, no signs of decay typical of natural objects. Most striking of all, the readings showed rhythmic pulses echoing through the plasma waves, patterns that suggested engineering rather than chance. The 305 objects maintained their relative positions with impossible precision. In space, groups of objects naturally spread out over time due to gravitational influences and velocity differences. Yet these maintained formation like a flock of birds or a school of fish. Except this was happening in the vacuum of space where such coordinated movement shouldn't be possible without technology. The scale was particularly unsettling. A single anomalous object might be explained as instrument error, but 305 objects all displaying the same unnatural characteristics suggested something far more significant was happening in interstellar space. The language hidden in plasma waves. As scientists examined the data more closely, they discovered something that, honestly, challenged the very nature of what they were observing. The plasma wave pulses weren't random cosmic noise, they contained patterns of repetition that were steady, measured, and structured in ways that suggested communication or control systems. Dr. Serena Patel from Caltech observed that the patterns felt less like nature and more like a language or system. The signals had loops, sequences, and structures that hinted at complexity far beyond random electromagnetic interference. These objects weren't just passing by Voyager, they seemed to be broadcasting signals as if pinging, scanning, or communicating with each other. The implications were staggering. If these patterns represented some form of communication, it suggested the objects were part of a coordinated network, operating with shared purpose and intelligence. Some experts went further, with ESA's Eric Lousy suggesting this could be some sort of probe network, though he was quickly asked to stop speculating publicly. To confirm their readings weren't the result of equipment failure, the team activated one of Voyager's oldest backup systems, a telemetry channel unused since the 1990s. It confirmed everything. The signals, the paths, the formations were all real. Impossible propulsion beyond our understanding. The mystery deepened when Voyager's instruments revealed how these objects moved through space. There were no engine flares, no ion trails, no signs of any propulsion system that human science could recognize. Yet, Doppler shift measurements showed these objects accelerating rapidly, smoothly, and directionally through the cosmic void. Some were moving faster than anything humans have ever launched into space. According to the data, certain objects were traveling at speeds that exceeded the calculated escape velocity of the entire Milky Way galaxy. These weren't passive objects drifting through space, they were powered somehow, navigating with purpose and incredible velocity. Dr. Caleb Ramirez from MIT noted that, well, they're not floating through space, they're navigating it. What worried him more was their calculated path. These objects deliberately avoided our solar system, passing by at a safe distance as if they had no interest in stopping or investigating our cosmic neighborhood. The propulsion method remained completely mysterious. Nothing in current technology could explain how these objects moved. They appeared to be manipulating space itself, creating waves or ripples in space-time that allowed them to glide forward without conventional thrust. It was as if they were using the medium of space itself for propulsion. Earth hears the cosmic whispers. While NASA focused on analyzing Voyager's data, something remarkable began happening on Earth. Amateur radio operators across the globe, hobbyists with backyard setups built from spare parts, started reporting strange activity in their equipment. They were detecting weak, irregular pulses that didn't match any known terrestrial source. At first, these reports seemed unrelated to Voyager's discoveries. Radio interference happens constantly, and most dismissed it as coincidence. But when the timestamps were compared, they aligned almost perfectly with the hours when Voyager recorded its most intense plasma anomalies. These weren't professional observatories or official deep space listening stations. Most setups were designed to catch meteor scatter, amateur satellites, or solar flare activity, yet somehow, they were detecting faint echoes of what Voyager had encountered billions of miles away. The signals weren't strong, but they had pattern and regularity, like ripples reflecting off invisible walls in Earth's ionosphere. This raised troubling questions. Was this electromagnetic bleed-through accidental, or was something deliberately testing Earth's listening capabilities? The uncertainty triggered quiet security measures as NASA began encrypting parts of its deep space communications, recognizing that if amateur enthusiasts could detect these fragments, so could others with more sophisticated equipment. The machine that changed itself. Perhaps the most unsettling development was what happened to Voyager 1 itself. After one of the magnetic pulses from the passing objects, the spacecraft began exhibiting behavior that was never programmed into its systems. Its guidance system, the attitude and articulation control system, started rerouting data through old unused pathways that hadn't been active in decades. This wasn't system failure, it was systematic reconfiguration. Voyager was reactivating memory segments untouched since the 1980s, rerouting telemetry in ways that defied its original programming. The spacecraft was still responding to commands and transmitting data, but it was also doing something entirely new. Engineers had to dig through dusty file cabinets at NASA's Jet Propulsion laboratory, searching for 1970s assembly language code and handwritten notes in paper manuals. Every diagnostic test took 44 hours, 22 hours to send a command, 22 hours to receive a response. Yet despite their efforts to reset the system, the new behaviors persisted. What they discovered was both promising and terrifying. The machine was stable, the instruments were functioning, but Voyager had fundamentally changed. Whatever had caused this transformation, it wasn't internal decay or software corruption. Voyager had encountered something that altered its very nature, making it part of something larger than its original mission. The network beyond the stars. As analysis continued, scientists began to consider a possibility that challenged everything we thought we knew about our place in the universe. The structured signals, the quantum-like oscillations, the coordinated movement patterns, all suggested that Voyager hadn't just witnessed random events in deep space. It had encountered evidence of a vast communication network operating in the interstellar medium. The waveforms resembled quantum entanglement experiments conducted on Earth, the same signals researchers used to transmit information between particles separated by distance. If this interpretation was correct, Voyager had stumbled into a galactic communication system that had been operating for millennia, undetected until now. Voyager's analog design, free from the electromagnetic noise of modern digital systems, made it the perfect cosmic microphone. Its position beyond the solar system's interference allowed it to detect signals that would be impossible to observe from Earth. The spacecraft had become an accidental eavesdropper on conversations not meant for human ears. The implications are staggering. If these 305 objects were part of a larger network, it suggests that the galaxy contains communication infrastructure built by intelligences we've never encountered. Voyager may have crossed into something we haven't mapped, not just empty space, but an active data layer that's been running unnoticed throughout the cosmos. From a single anomaly to 305 coordinated objects moving through interstellar space, Voyager 1's discovery has shattered our understanding of the cosmic void. Whether these objects represent natural phenomena beyond our current physics, or evidence of intelligence operating on a galactic scale, one thing is certain: the universe is far stranger and more active than we ever imagined. As Voyager continues its eternal journey through the darkness, it carries with it the knowledge that we are not alone in the vast emptiness between stars. Thanks for watching Stellar Tech, and don't forget to subscribe for more cosmic revelations.